All right, I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing with this project. I got 3-phase generator, so 3 coils. Regardless of how many I have on the board, it's a 3-phase generator. So coil number 1, coil number 2, coil number 3, these are the large output coils. Now you have trigger coils that set on top. They are magnetically coupled to each of the coils that they're setting on. So I might have a nail down through it or whatever, or just close proximity to it is enough sometimes to trigger it. So what you have is a single coil with a trigger coil on top. That trigger coil on top runs the next coil. Okay, so when this coil number 1 is on and energized, it will induce a voltage into the trigger coil. That trigger coil will trigger the next transistor to turn on, and that will turn on that coil. When that coil energizes, it will trigger a voltage in the trigger coil, which will then start coil number 3. And when 3 is energized, it will induce a voltage in trigger coil number 3, which turns on the first coil. Now, each of these are in pulses, so they don't turn on and stay on. They turn on for a moment, just a microsecond, millisecond, whatever it is. And as it does that, it turns right back off. Okay. So you get a pulse in the first one, and it triggers and starts cascading. Now, these are arranged in a circle. So you have trigger coil looking down on the circuit, trigger coil number 1, number 2, and number 3. Now, like I said, regardless of how many main coils there are, because I have been trying using 2 main coils with 1 trigger coil. So I'll put the coils in series or parallel and trying different things. So it's still essentially 3 transistors running 3 coils with 3 trigger coils, okay, controlling it. So that's a simple block diagram explanation of how this is operating. And it is trying to go in a circular pattern, and it does function. You've seen it fire up neon bulbs, which take an awful lot more voltage than 28 volts, okay, to trigger. And that tells you that there's a flyback coming from each one of these coils. And that's why I put a neon bulb on each one of them. That way you could tell that they do have an output. And it's self-oscillating the way the circuit goes. Now I'm going to show you the circuit electronically go through how that's working. But this is your basic concept. And by the way, this is the only way I could figure out how to make a whiteboard presentation on a computer. So just bear with me. Hopefully the audio is synchronized. I have no input for audio on that computer. There's no external input on my camera. So this is what I come up with. So, all right, I'm going to switch over to the other picture of my schematic, and we'll see if we can go through that. All right, this is a schematic of the 3-phase generator that I am working on. This is the transistor number again, just so you have it. My voltage goes in at the top of the coils, the main coils, and goes down to the collector of the transistor. Okay. The trigger coil activates the gate to the transistor. So the base of the transistor is hooked through a 470 ohm resistor and a 100K variable resistor. And this allows me to have some adjustments on the base and the base current and the base voltage. All right, so all there is this circuit. And you could see the trigger coil number 3 controls the actual main coil number 1. Okay. Trigger coil number 1 controls the coil for number 2. And the same with this trigger coil controls the transistor and coil for number 3. And that's all there is to it. This completely self-oscillates. Once you trigger it with an initial pulse by a small magnet or a nail or something like that, and all you have to do is put a magnet near that coil and it'll start the cycle. You can put it on this coil, or this coil. It'll start the cycle. Okay. As each one goes in succession in left or right, depending on how you have it set up, configuration, clockwise, counterclockwise. And your arrangement of coils will be whatever you want it to be. I'm trying different setups, but I wanted you to see the actual schematic diagram with the trigger coils and the main coils. And that's all there is to it. Now, I adjust my voltage for different outputs, trying different things, seeing if low voltages work better, higher voltages. I can only go up to about 30 volts, 31 volts with the power supply that I'm using right now. But, you know, in the future, who knows? I don't know what I'll do yet. I'm trying different things to see what works. But this really doesn't control the frequency. It sort of just randomly goes wherever it wants to. So I'm thinking about maybe putting in an oscillator to run that and see if I can get any different results out of it. But for right now, there's your schematic. And you can see how it works. It's pretty simple. Very simple, actually. Okay. Good luck with yours, and I'm done.